Good day. My topic is about violence in schools, ethics of care. Introduction. School-based violence occurs on school premises either between or among learners, between learners and educators, or between educators and the principal, or between among staff members. School violence is defined as any behavior of learners, educators, administrators, or non-school persons attempting to inflict injury on another person or to damage school property. Examples of violence in schools are physical violence, psychological violence, sexual violence, bullying violence, cyberbullying violence. Causes of violence in schools include involvement in gang activities, lack of transformation in schools, negative perceptions of crime amongst black, colored, and white learners, the presence of guns and other weapons at school, the use of cannabis and other substances, a lack of counseling services. Disadvantages of violence in schools include violence in schools causes increased accidents of depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, suicide, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, premature mortality. Ways to prevent violence in school includes adopting laws and policies against violence, which means schools should have clear rules and regulations that prohibit any form of violence, such as physical, psychological, sexual, or cyber violence. Number 2, develop codes of conduct and safeguarding measures. Means schools should establish codes of conduct that promote positive values and behaviors such as respect, tolerance, empathy, and non-violence. Educate and empower students and teachers means schools should provide education and awareness programs that teach students and teachers about the causes and consequences of violence, as well as the skills and strategies to prevent and cope with it. Engaging families and communities means schools should involve families and communities in preventing and addressing violence in schools. Schools should communicate regularly with parents and caregivers and encourage them to monitor and support their children's well-being and learning. Solutions to violence in schools. Schools should implement peace education, which means this is a strategy that teaches students about the values and skills of non-violence, such as respect, empathy, conflict resolution, and social and emotional learning. Laws and policies against violence means this is a strategy that establishes clear rules and regulations that prohibit and punish any form of violence in schools, such as physical, psychological, sexual, or cyber violence. Codes of conduct and safeguarding measures means this is a strategy that promotes positive behaviors and values among students, teachers, and staff, such as tolerance, solidarity, and non-violence. This code of conduct should apply to everyone in the school community. Mental health support is a strategy that provides mental health services to students who may be experiencing mental health issues that could lead to violent behavior. In conclusions, violence in schools is a global phenomenon affecting millions of children each year. It takes place inside educational institutions during travel to and from school or at school-related events. It can be both physical and non-physical and may or may not result in bodily or emotionally harm.